Ah, yes, King Arthur. We've had him in the game for over a year now. And this is going to be the video that's going to talk about what we're going to do with King Arthur, okay? I've already done this video for Luce and told you what I think is going to happen with him, how much longer he's going to last. We're going to get into King Arthur because I'm getting asked this a lot. A lot of players who have yet to invest in him are trying to figure out if they need to or if they need to do dailies for him. And we're going to tell you exactly how he's going to work. We're going to tell you what happens with the next cavalry commanders that come out. And then we're going to tell you about what happens in the future and how this guy's going to be used. So stick around while we go through it all right now. Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chadsky. I do videos for Rise of Kingdoms all the time. And if you enjoy these videos, really helps out the channel a ton. Give it a like if you enjoy this kind of content or you get anything out of it, if it helps your account or if it's just entertaining, whatever, give it a like. And also, if you're not subscribed, consider doing so. Hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell if you want to get any alerts if we have any kind of content like this. And we're in the middle of our video giveaway for the month of April and May. Tons of videos. We're going to give away a $10 flux every single video. All you have to do to enter to win is comment down on this video. We take the next video and we announce the winners for this video. So in our previous video, and here's the comment we got. Completely random. That's how we choose it. So here's ZKX. Hey, yo, it's a buddy of mine. I don't say a buddy. I just know the guy really well. He's in my Discord all the time. You're already nearing 77,000 subscribers. Can't wait for 100,000. Let's go. So if you want to enter to win, ZKX, you get the $10 flux, bud. All you got to do is go comment down in the video. Okay? Okay. Well, for this video, we're going to talk about King Arthur. I might know a thing or two about cavalry. You would think? I know everything about cavalry. That's what I run. And King Arthur is such a unique commander. And just real quick to review, he is the only commander outside of Shajar that does two different things when they are primary and secondary. He does two different types of damage, I should say. And he is able to do, as a primary, as we know, a combo. He's a combo commander when he's primary. When he's a secondary commander, he's a skill damage commander. I hate this. I absolutely hate it now that he's in the game, but he was the first combo commander we had, so they made it very easy to run him as a skill damage commander for a while. And then once we started getting other combo commanders in the game, like Achilles, okay, and like Gang Gang, and like Hector, and some of these other commanders, now we can use him as a primary and use him for combo, right? Well, there's a trick to that because it's part of the reason why he is going to have some longevity in the game. He is, I know it sounds crazy, but he is a better combo commander than he is a skill damage commander. Now, don't get me wrong. He's super potent as a skill damage commander, okay? He's like insanely good. Like if they were giving us new commanders and next gen commanders as skill damage commanders, this dude would be going crazy with them. But he's got some cool stuff that he does as a skill damage commander and his expertise, because he's going to do a damage factor of 50% of the original direct damage factor, and that happens every 25% of the time, anytime you run off any kind of skill damage. So this guy is really a good commander that was able to come into the game and bridge the gap. So now that we've got combo, what does this mean? All right, because right now we have three bona fide late game combo commanders. We've got Gang Gang, who just came in the game. He was in the last release for cavalry. We've got Achilles, who was part of the Song of Troy KVK, but crazy good combo commander, of course, with AoE and everything. And then we've got Arthur. Okay, the thing that sucks about Arthur is, like I said, to be a combo commander, he has to be primary. If he was a commander that you had a toggle here, where he could either be skill or combo based on how you do the toggle, then I would have used him as a secondary commander combo behind this guy, and it would have been my best March for like over a year. Because what he could do as a secondary commander behind Attila as a combo commander would be crazy. But he's not. He's a skill damage commander, doesn't work with Attila, and so we move on. However, we've got a little bit of weirdness going on right now because he is still really, really good with commanders like William, who has an instant proc that we talk about. The instant proc is very, very potent with Arthur. And the reason why is because Arthur does combo attacks, and he has instant proc combos attacks that honestly go through and give commanders like Hector. Where's Philip? Where's my boy Philip? Get him in here. Philip's got one of the best instant procs in the game. Okay, that's a AoE instant proc and does some rage mitigation. And in addition to that, okay, when you look at Arthur, all right, he has got some capabilities when it comes to this because of his combo that he does. Okay, now his stat stick sits on his second skill. His third skill is that you have a 10% bonus to do combo attack damage. Okay, that's if you are a primary commander. He does combo. Well, you have a 10% chance, okay? You're granting 10% bonus to combo attack damage. That's great. But then he's got this thing here. Whenever it launches a combo attack or deals direct damage, it has a 30% chance to reduce target's rage by 100 every second for the next 2 seconds. That is great. But here's his expertise, guys. And this is why this guy is really, really good. When you launch any basic attack, you have a 50% chance to launch one extra combo attack, damage factor of 300. And this can trigger multiple times per second. You go into any reports, this thing will trigger 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 times in the same second. And when it does, it triggers all the effects. It triggers everything, okay? It triggers instant procs from other commanders. It triggers everything. It is so potent, and this thing will transcend the game. I'm just telling you. Because I have always talked about instant damage is the meta. Well, he does instant damage with this, okay? And not only does he do instant damage, he can trigger this multiple times. So you can run this 300 damage factor and it triggers 4 times. That's 1,200 damage factor. And then that also triggers a higher likelihood to fire off more instant procs for other commanders. Even Hector's got an instant proc, for crying out loud, okay? And so from there, that is what makes Arthur work so well. Any commander that has an instant proc, he can help them trigger more often. He help triggers everything. He help triggers your gear. He help triggers the tiered effects on your gear. If you got tier 5 stuff, this Divine Might stuff gets triggered more often. Any tier 5 stuff that's based on a chance gets triggered more often. Anything in your armaments, okay, that you have a 10% chance to trigger or anything like that, he triggers more often, okay? We talked about Butterfly. It just makes it go even crazier. That's why we like putting Butterfly on Arthur. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because we're going to talk about Arthur, because here's what we have. We have these 3 commanders, Gang, Achilles, and Arthur. All right, we're about to get new Archer commanders, and then Cavs are coming up soon, okay, within the next 2 to 3 months, right? And if they are, and they give us another combo commander, and since the last combo commander we got was Gang and he's single target, we're going to get an AoE commander, which will be amazing because you can do one of 2 things, all right? You can either take Achilles that's typically run with Gang and behind Gang. You can take Achilles and put him with Arthur and then run a new guy behind Gang, okay? And a new combo commander that's AoE behind Gang is great because it still lets Gang do his Starlight healing off of the secondary commander's damage of combo. That's why it makes him so good with Achilles. Now, Gang is not a must-max commander. He's just not, okay? He's single target, and he's kind of a one-trick pony right now. And he's only great. He's only an S-tier commander when he's got Achilles with him. Trust me. I've run Gang. I've run him behind Arthur. Okay, he's not crazy S tier, S plus tier. I've run Gang with Hector behind him. Gang is not S tier, S plus tier. He has to have a big AoE combo damage commander behind him to get the massive healing effects. And that's why Gang and Achilles is so potent. But that's the only combination Gang has right now for him to be in the meta March category, okay? So the next Cav commander they give us, if they're an AoE combo commander, you can put him behind Gang, and now Gang has another pair, and then you can move Achilles behind Arthur. Arthur Achilles does so much damage. It is such a massive, high damage, fast march, okay? It is rapid fire, high damage, combo attacks, instant procs. It's got everything, all right? And not quite as tanky, but you're doing so much damage, it doesn't matter anyways. However, we might have a situation to where we get a bigger instant proc commander that comes for the next Cav commanders, and then it just makes sense to keep Achilles behind Gang and run one of those AoE big time combo damage commanders with instant proc, put them with Arthur. Okay, so we're gonna get a 2 delta setup. That's why I was saying, even though Wedge 2.0 is really kind of bringing Huo back into the meta, and it might be the best second march for cavalry that you can run with Huo and Arthur, and then Gang Achilles, it's not worth switching everything over, because once a fourth late game or next gen combo commander comes into the game, then we have our four commanders to run 2 marches. That's what we're gonna have. All right. Then you're saying to yourself, okay, if that's the case, what happens with the next cycle? What's gonna happen with that? And then which of these 4 commanders, these 3 and the one that's getting ready to come, which of those are we benching? And guys, this is my prediction, okay? Nobody freak out. All right. But I made the prediction about Luce, and I'm starting to be proven to be right. Okay. I'm just telling you, the combo that happens here and his instant proc synergies that he has, all right, is going to let him transcend into the game, into the later game. That's what's made Luce so good for so long. And I've talked about this with Luce. All right. Luce is the kind of commander with his expertise to where he does extra combo attacks. All right. And these are just extra basic attacks. And these attacks trigger more instant procs, trigger more tier 5 equipment, trigger anything based off of, hey, 10% of the time if he does a basic attack, anything, other skills, other armaments, other gear, all that stuff. And that's why he's going to last in the game, I predict, for a long time to come. And I think it's going to be the exact same for Arthur. Okay. So as we talk about Arthur, I think he's not only, of course, he's going to last through the next cycle of calves, plus he's super potent and super powerful. He's also going to last when we get another cav commander, probably over a year from now. All right. So Arthur is going to be in the meta because I think, depending on the commanders you get and what I would predict the commanders we get over the next couple of skill cycles, you're going to bench Gang before you bench Arthur. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I think is going to happen. You're going to bench Gang before you bench Arthur, because ultimately you want to run high damage AoE. All right. And if we get that, I think we're going to be in a situation to where Arthur will transcend, because we're going to get cav commanders that are going to have more combo, more instant proc. You run them with Arthur, it's rapid fire combo all the time, nonstop. Instant procs, rapid fire, instant procs, nonstop. And that's why I think Arthur is going to have more longevity in the game than a commander like Gang. Okay? Because I've always told players when they're like, hey, I've got Achilles, and then I have enough heads to max Arthur or Gang, which one do I go with? I tell them all the time, max Arthur. Number one, I think this is the best cav march with Arthur and Achilles. Does more damage per second, DPS, than any other cav march. And I think Arthur's going to last longer than Gang. And those of you who go all in on Gang, you didn't do it because I told you to must max him, because I said from the beginning, Gang is not a must max commander. He's single target AoE. Okay? Or I'm sorry, he's single target damage. He's not a must-max commander, all right? He doesn't do enough here that tells me you need to max this guy immediately or you're going to get left behind. He's not that much more powerful. He's not at the level of Sun Tzu Prime. He's not at the level of Qin, okay? He's not at the level of Achilles. And honestly, he's not at the level of Arthur, okay? And so from that standpoint, let's all open our minds a little bit and think to ourselves, if I'm like, hey, I'm running the dailies and I could go get BQ on the dailies, right? Or I could go get, some other Hector or some other commander on the dailies. I can go get Gang on the dailies. Eventually he'll come into the dailies, but I can go get other commanders. I will tell you that you need at some point to get Arthur, because he still must max today and he's gonna be relevant in the game for at least another year. And my prediction is that he'll be relevant until the next, we're going to have 3 cav cycles before you think about phasing this guy out. 3. So that's literally like 19 months from now. So you can rest assured that your investment in Arthur today, okay, spin the wheel for him, do him on the dailies, whatever you need to do, get this guy, because you're going to use him for a long time. And so that's the TLDR to all this. The too long didn't read. To sum all this up, we've got 3 combo commanders, okay? 1, 2, 3. We're going to get a 4th, and we're going to have a bona fide 2 Delta March with 4 next-gen combo commanders. Great. Then the next combo commanders that come out, this is the guy you're benching, not this guy. That's what I'm saying, okay? And so from that standpoint, I love your comments, guys. Get down there. Plus, you get to enter to win a $10 Flux if you comment on the video. I want to get your feedback on this because this was the video that's going to talk about this a little bit and talk about how Arthur will transcend, okay? He will last a long time in this game. He's way too powerful. Like I said, guys, if this little simplify was just a toggle saying, hey, skill damage commander green, combo commander gray, and you could just run him as a combo commander as a secondary. Oh my God, I put him with Attila so fast. And it would be like the perfect March. Like Attila Achilles is already kind of the perfect March, but Attila has some instant proc stuff, not for damage, but not for damage factor, but to proc off this kind of stuff. It's phenomenal. And if you've got this dude firing this off, oh my God. Oh, guys, how much freaking damage would Attila and Arthur put out? And it would just be like the perfect March. Anti-swarm, tanky, fast, tons of damage. It would be insane. Holy jeez, it'd be insane. Anyways, that's my point of the video. That's what I wanted to talk about. And it's people have to be reminded sometimes of how strong a commander is. And that's what we're doing here. We want to make sure everybody understands this is the new hotness and it's all warm and fuzzy and trendy right now. But this dude is the truth, okay? His kit is too good. He's got way too much stuff in here. He's like a modern day William because with this kit, guys, he's going to be in the game for a while. And with his instant procs, woo, he's not going anywhere for a long time. You're going to find use for him for a long time in this game. So if you guys enjoyed this video, throw a like on here. Consider subscribing. Really helps out the channel. Whoop, hold on. Helps out the channel a ton. And there it is. Wanted to throw that up here. And again, comment down in the section. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And don't forget to join my Discord. That link is down in the description. And you can be a part of these conversations. But this is my guy. Just like with Luce and how I predicted Luce is going to transcend and he's going to last a very long time. You're going to be benching commanders that came out after him before you bench Luce. Same thing with Arthur. He's going to last a very long time, and you're going to find yourself benching commanders that came out after Arthur before you bench Arthur. Trust me. And so with that, we hope you have a great day, broskies.